Okay, let's talk about rent and how it's going to work. So, rent is withdrawn on the first of every month, and I'll try to time it to where it's toward the end of the day after the bank closes. And however late they'll allow me to time it, that's whenever I'll pull it. So, if they allow for midnight, I'll try midnight. If they'll allow it for as late as 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., that's what I'll do. And then that gives you some time to go in and like if you need to squeeze in an extra $50 or something in there to make rent, just you get off work and you would take that into the bank and try to put it in right away. Um, so what happens if the auto withdrawal bounces and it's not able to pull the full amount being rent cost plus split utility cost. If it's not able to pull that out and it bounces, I get feed from the bank for that and I get penalized. And so that's why there's a $50 fee for you if that does happen. And if it's common, like if the bank sees that I tried two or three times on the same person and it bounces commonly, then they may take away my ability to be able to do that, to be able to do the auto withdrawal through my business. So it's very high risk. It's something you do not want to happen. You don't want to deal with people that there's risk of them the auto withdrawal bouncing. And it's I mean if that's going to be common, I'm going to need to find somebody else that can cover that. That'll be able to have their rent in there and they'll be low risk. So we'll talk about eviction or like all that kind of stuff if it's going to be a common thing. Okay, so if it does bounce, there's a $50 fee. If rent is a day late, there's a $50 fee. I won't combine these, so there won't be $100 in fees, but it'll just be one of the $50 fees that I'll keep, and then that'll be what's due. That fee plus full rent and utility amount will be due on the 5th if it's late, by the 5th, due by the 5th. And if it still isn't ready by then, if I go to withdraw on the 5th and it still doesn't work, then we will start the eviction process. And it's called a 3-day pay or quit. So this 3-day pay or quit is what it's called. And it's a piece of paper will be served to you. You'll have 3 days to pay the full amount or quit. You would leave. And then the deposit will be, if it isn't paid in full and everything isn't settled by that time, the deposit is forfeited, so your deposit to move in is forfeited, and then any damages and remaining lease amounts due or whatever the court will allow will be filed for in small claims court. And then I'm represented by a C corp, and I can't go to small claims court as a person. I have to go through an attorney to do that. So if we go to small claims court, the fees for the attorney may start out anywhere between $2,000 to $2,500 is what it costs to have an attorney go, and then they're going to be shooting for whatever the law will allow as far as reimbursement goes for rent amounts. So it's going to be very expensive, and because of this paperwork, me and my business, we will not lose. So it's going to be a very expensive endeavor if rent cannot be paid on time. So so I'm showing you the good and the bad. So if everything is paid on time, zero drama, everything is good. If there's going to be drama and it's not going to be paid on time, it can go south and be very, very expensive. So that's pretty much it whenever it comes to how rent works. So this is the good and the bad. It shows if everything's good, zero drama. If everything goes south, where we'll end up as well as small claims court, and how expensive that will be. So if you have any questions, let me know. So that'll be it on how rent works.